Hey everyone, Camo here again. This one's going to be a bit of a short one today because I'm feeling a little bit shit, a little bit sick, so I'm going to probably keep a little bit short. For those of you that I have not seen the other episodes or just viewing this for the first time, I'm making a video series called Learn to Play Bruiser. And it's basically where I'm learning to just basically, I've played mages and other MMOs for 10 years, and so I've switched over to a melee class, which is the brawler or the bruiser, and so I'm sort of learning to 1v1, and just sort of the little tips that I pick up on the way, I basically present them in a video every Sunday of every week. So, but this week's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more centered around OPR, because this week's been kind of frustrating, and I've been getting more and more frustrated playing a Bruiser in OPR. Bruiser's awesome if you've got a good group, or if you're in a group, especially if you've got like a healer, you can really wreck face. But when you're in an OPR that has, like, you know, where they're zerging you, it can just be really rough, and you can die, like, you know, multiple times, and it's just I don't like dying, and I've been finding that really frustrating. You know, whereas like I'm used to playing mages where I just kind of don't die very often, and so it's a little bit frustrating. So I've been trying to find tactics that would work to help me not die in OPR, in those situations where I'm alone, I don't have anyone to rely on, and I'm getting zerged. So I've watched other YouTubers and streamers, and they seem to have the same problem. I've seen quite a few of them complain when they're not in a group or they don't have a healer. So, but I'm not one to I don't want to rely on other people. I want to know that I can do it solo if I need to. So there's been 3 things that have helped out this week in terms of helping me play better when we're getting zergs. So, but before I go into those 3 tactics, this is basically what I do. I go into an OPR in medium, because, you know, I like playing a brawler. I like getting the thick of the action and, you know, throwing my axe at someone's face and grinding away at them. But, you know, when they're zerging you and, you know, you just don't have the support, it just gets frustrating, as I've already said. So this is what I do. I go into OPR, I wear medium, and they usually have the first fight in the middle on Sun. And you can pretty much tell straight away how the rest of the OPR is going to be, whether you win or lose that fight. If it's like a grind and it's a really long fight, then I stay in medium. If we absolutely ruffle stop them, then obviously, you know, we're going to be the ones zerging, so I can stay in medium. But if we get beaten pretty badly, then you know that they're going to be pretty much out zerging us. And so what I'll do is I'll switch over to light armor. Light armor is absolutely amazing for being a backline brawler, so getting into their backlines and messing, especially with their healers, but with their range, can really help break the group up as well. Because if you get into the backlines, all of a sudden all the attention of the DPS, range DPS, and all their healers are suddenly on you, and then it can mean that their melee get wiped out by your melee, and it can really turn the tide of battle. It's really, really effective. So, light armor has been absolutely amazing. It's incredibly mobile, and of course you do increase damage as well. So, one of the things also that I've found with this, and you'll see in this the videos that I'm showing here, is that's me playing in light armor. One of the techniques I absolutely love on light armor is dodge rolling into an attack. It absolutely has just so much mobility that you can't do it on any other armor types. You can see here I dodge roll and then I reap, so they just can't get away from that. And I do it again with a stun, which is even better. So there I dodge roll, and then I gain a lot of ground on them, and then I stun them. So unlike the other armor types, it seems like with light armor you're actually able to get your stuns off a lot easier, because when they're trying to get away from you, you gain so much ground by dodge rolling into them. And if you follow that straight up with a stun or a gravity well or a reap, you'll almost always get them off, and that's when then you lay down. Okay, so then the other tactic that I do now, this is kind of an obvious one. You hear it all the time, and obviously I knew this to be true, but if you're actually quite strict about it, it can really help. So basically, don't use your charge. On my great axe, I save my charge pretty much solely to get away. So my pattern will be, when my charge is up, and also I try to keep my healing potion up too, that's when I get really aggressive. So you can see in this video here, my charge is up, I come outside, I try to sort of get as many stuns, and it doesn't go very well, and then I use the charge to get away. So I tried to use my stuns on it. It didn't go very well, but because I had that charge up, I was able to just get away from the group. And so I'm just really strict about it. I basically just make sure that I don't get really super aggressive unless I've got my charge up. And the amount of times that I've died has just reduced so much by just applying that really simple technique. Now, I know that's kind of an obvious one, but if you're actually quite strict about it, you'll find that not only do your deaths decrease, but also you'll find that your damage increases. Like, all of a sudden, I was kind of getting in the top 8 in terms of kills and damage quite often. Once I started doing that, you just kind of go hell for leather, and then use the charge and the heal to get back to the group. And the obvious one too, when you're going to do that though, is you want to make sure you're kind of like not too far away. So when you do go in and push, you want to make sure that you're within a charge distance of getting back to your group if you need to. So yeah, that's pretty much the next tactic. Finally, one that I've actually been trying out since doing that, and this is like the other two kind of like are really helpful. This one isn't essential, but I have been playing Hatchet, which you're seeing in this video here, to great effect with that kind of backline brawler light armor. It's actually really suited to that. So because not only will you have the charge to get out of trouble, but you also have the berserk, which not only breaks CC, increases your movement speed, but it's like a pocket healer. Like, it actually does a hell of a lot of healing. So it allows you to stay aggressive for longer. The Hatchet also seems to do a hell of a lot of damage, as you're seeing. Like, I'm just killing people so much more easier with it. So, and my skill level on the Hatchet's only 11 and 12 here, so it's not even like doing the maximum amount of damage. So I think the pairing with the Hatchet, along with light armor, it's a really nice pairing, and it really suits that play style of getting into the back line, hurting people, doing a lot of damage to them, and then retreating. Because yeah, like I said, you don't just have to rely on charge anymore, you can also rely on berserk to get away. So it just allows your uptime for doing lots of damage to be like really high. Summed up, use light armor. Actually no, go and do your first battle in Sun. If it doesn't go well at all, and you guys get zerged down really badly, switch over to light armor. Maybe put on a hatchet, and then also don't use your charge until you absolutely need it to get away. Don't use it aggressively. Use it defensively. Push in, be aggressive as you like, and then use the charge to get yourself out of trouble. Then of course if you're using the hatchet as well, you'll also have berserk to help you out with that. And then I think that will really help you survive. If you're playing Bruiser, survive sort of solo without the need for healers, and still have like a fun time, you know, not feeling like you're just getting ruffle stomped every 5 seconds by a big freaking 5-man targeting you and blowing you up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it's a bit, I haven't really been dueling much that week. I was just kind of playing mage a little bit, but I'm a little bit bored of yeah, mage got boring pretty quickly. I love the dynamism of melee, so I've really kind of like been sold on it. So yeah, but I just haven't been dueling that much, and I was just feeling a bit sick today, so it's a bit more of a, but I've been really kind of wanting to sort of sort out this OPR stuff anyway, because yeah, it's been getting frustrating, like I've said multiple times, just dying lots of times. So I wanted to come up with some tactics. So when I did, I thought I would share that with everybody as to what I discovered. Anyway, but this week I'll be refocusing on dueling, and you know, learning new tactics hopefully and getting better. My Warhammer should be getting to 600 this week, and I've got about 8,000 Umbral shards saved up from all the OPRs I've been doing. I don't know how much that's going to increase the Warhammer by, but I'm hoping more than less. So yeah, I should be hitting a lot harder next time you see it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see everybody next week, and I'll let you... This was actually a fun little fight. These guys chased us all the way across the map, and then we eventually turned on them and ended up killing them, so it was kind of like a nice little ending. But anyway, thanks everybody. I'll see you later.